Hello, everyone. This is another story I wanted to share with y'all. Something very crazy that happened. It's quite graphic, and maybe that you could use this as a lesson, or maybe even if you have been in a similar situation, let me know. But yeah, so this story starts off in about my freshman year of high school. I had an open class for electives, and I chose art. Now, the thing about art is that there are two types of kids in art class, it would seem. Either like the popular kids with like the broccoli haircut and the head shaved on the side. They either have like an open class and they're just like, I'll just choose art. Like I might hook up with someone there. And the second kid in art is someone who has a lot of problems because, of course, I'm not trying to talk down to anyone like that, of course. But yeah, they want to express themselves, and some of them have problems, is what I'm going to say. And you're about to see that in this story. And of course, I would need you to know that I'm not talking down to anyone in this story. I'm just giving some backstory. And so one day in class, girl who sat across from me, or diagonal, I should say, we were doing work, and which involved X-Acto knives. X-Acto knives. We were cutting out, I forget what the process was, but if you've ever been in art class, or you've ever been in any sort of art program for a while, you start using knives to cut into the painting or portrait or whatever. And we were doing that, and she disappeared into the back room, this girl. And apparently an X-Acto knife went missing. And we're sitting there and we're working, and she comes back with her hand over her mouth and a paper towel over her wrist. And she's freaking out and she's crying. And the other kids at our table are going, what's going on? What's going on? And then she just kept saying, it won't stop. It won't stop. And she was crying, and I was going, what won't stop? And I look at her wrist and it's bleeding. She cut her wrist with an X-Acto knife and it wouldn't stop bleeding. Just in the back room. And so it's already very bad. All of a sudden, bong, 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 the bell rings. It's the end of the period, and the entire class files out, including the teacher. Now, I'm pretty sure the teacher, I can't remember exactly, but I think she saw what was going on, and she went to go down to the office to let them know. I don't know why she didn't call them, because there was a class phone. But she ran down to the office to let them know of the situation. And so I'm just, oh my God, what's that? She's crying, and people are trying to give her paper towels to cover up the wound. I give her some, and I'm thinking, what do I do? And then the phone rings, and I go over to the phone, and I pick up the phone, and I start manning the phones, and the lady from the office on the phone says, what's going on up there? I'm like, yes, there has been an incident. And I'm trying to stay as calm as I can. That's what I do. I put on like a dumb voice to try to calm myself. And I'm saying, yes, there's been an incident. We need backup. And I just kept manning the phone. I believe I hung up. It called again. I kept picking up. Like I said, I was manning it. And eventually some more staff members came in, some yard duties, and they were like, just get out. And they told me to get out. And I met up with a classmate, and I was like, dude, that was crazy. And he was like, yeah, that was crazy. And I looked to my left towards where the class was, because at my school, it's like at my high school, it was like an open campus. Like each building was like they had like an art building, an English building, and the rest of the hall, like the quote unquote hallways, were outside. And we see her on a golf cart just getting driven away, like on the back of the golf cart that like the janitors will use to get around the campus. And she just looked so depressed, and like I was just, oh my goodness. But yeah. And I don't believe I saw her for a while. I believe she was in class again, but I didn't see her for a while. Like, she was out. And yeah, and since that class, I haven't seen her since, except one time I think I saw her walk past me. But that's basically that story. And of course, this is not in any chance to expose or talk down. That's why I'm not naming names. See, and that's basically it. And I hope nothing like that happens again. I hope she's okay. I hope everyone involved is okay. And I just wanted to share that story with you. And if you have experienced anything else similar to that, let me know. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.